Hey everyone, welcome back to the English for Better Life podcast, your cozy corner to practice intermediate English and upgrade your mindset at the same time. I'm Anna.
And I'm Mark. We are so happy to be hanging out in your ears again today. Seriously, we imagine ourselves like two tiny coaches sitting right there in your headphones.
Mark, you look like you've been thinking deeply today. You have that philosophical face on. What's going on?
Is it that obvious? Well, Anna, I had a bit of a zombie moment this morning. I was looking at my old guitar in the corner of my room. I've wanted to play it for, about 3 years now.
3 years? That guitar must be very lonely.
It is, and it hit me. Why am I still on day 0? Why is that first step so heavy? It's like my feet are stuck in the mud and I can't even lift them to start the walk.
I know that feeling so well. It's like standing at the edge of a swimming pool. The water looks cold and you stay there shivering, waiting to feel comfortable before you jump. But the truth is, the comfort only comes after the splash.
Exactly. And I know our listeners feel this too, whether it's starting a new fitness routine, a new project, or finally speaking English out loud. We stay at the starting line because we are waiting for a perfect moment that never actually arrives.
So today's episode is a special one. We're calling it The First Step. Why we never start. We're going to talk about the invisible ropes that hold us back and how to finally cut them.
And because this is a B1 level episode, the English will be clear and natural. Not baby English, but deep enough to really change how you think.
Before we jump into the deep end of the pool, we have a tiny favor to ask.
Yes, one small move for your finger is a big help for us. If you want to support this community, please like and subscribe. It helps other learners find us and start their own journey.
All right, let's stop waiting. Let's talk about why we feel so stuck at the beginning.
Anna, what you said about standing at the edge of the pool really hit home for me. That is exactly how I feel with my guitar. I stand there, I look at it, and I think, I'm too busy today, or maybe this weekend when I have more energy.
Exactly, Mark. And we often call this laziness, but most of the time it's not. It's actually these invisible ropes that are holding us back. You want to move forward, but something is pulling you back to the starting line.
Invisible ropes. I love that image. So what was your first rope when you started your journey?
My biggest rope was the fear of looking stupid. When I first started learning English, I was terrified of making mistakes or having a bad accent. I wanted to be perfect from the very first day.
Oh, I totally feel you. That's the perfectionism trap. We wait for a perfect plan before we take action. But the truth is, you can't learn to swim by reading books about swimming for a year. You have to jump in, splash around, and maybe swallow a little water first.
Precisely. And the second rope is lack of clarity. Sometimes we say, I want to change my life, or I want to be fluent in English, but those goals are too vague.
Vague? You mean like a blurry photo?
Exactly. It's not clear. It's like getting on a bus but not knowing which station you want to go to. Because you don't have a specific destination, you just stay at the bus stop forever.
That's a powerful point. When the goal is too big and blurry, our brain feels overwhelmed. Instead of seeing a small step, we see a giant mountain. And what do? We sit down and scroll through social media just to escape that heavy feeling.
That's real talk right there. We use our phones to hide from the guilt of not starting. But listen, everyone, feeling not ready is completely normal. Even the most successful people started while their hands were shaking.
So how do we cut these ropes? How do we stop thinking and start moving? Let's move to the next part and talk about shifting our mindset. So, Anna, we know what's holding us back, those invisible ropes like fear and blurry goals, but how do we actually cut them? How do we stop thinking and start moving?
I love this part because it's all about changing the voice in your head. Think about this, the foggy road. When you are driving in heavy fog at night, you don't need to see the whole 100-kilometer road to get home. You only need to see the next 5 meters in front of your car lights.
Ah, so you don't need a perfect master plan for the whole year, you just need to know the very next step right in front of you.
Exactly. If you want to learn English, don't worry about being fluent in 2 years. Just worry about the next 10 minutes of listening today. Once you take that small step, the fog clears enough for you to see the next step.
That makes it feel so much lighter. And that leads to the 1% rule. Most people think change must be a big, dramatic explosion, but real change is just getting 1% better every day. If you improve by just 1% daily, you will be 37 times better by the end of the year.
I love that math. It's like watering a plant. You don't shout at a plant to grow faster. You just give it a little water and a little sunlight every day. Those daily drops of action look tiny, but they add up to something huge over time.
And here's a secret about motivation. Most people wait to feel motivated before they start, but in real life, motivation is actually a reward your brain gives you. It comes after you start moving, not before. It's like a bicycle. It's hard to balance when you're standing still, but once you start pedaling, it becomes much easier to keep going.
That's what we call momentum. And to get that momentum, you have to accept a messy start. A messy, imperfect start today is 100 times better than a perfect plan that never happens.
Done is better than perfect. I really need to remember that when I pick up my guitar tonight. It's okay to sound bad at first. Mistakes are just proof that you're actually trying.
Exactly. Now that we have the right mindset, let's look at some of the power words we use today so you can use them in your own English conversations.
That was a lot of great mindset talk, Anna. But before we give our listeners their final challenge, let's check in with Charlotte.
I would love to. Hi, everyone. Today we used some very important words about starting new journeys. Let's take a look at them so you can add them to your English toolbox. 1. Stuck, meaning being in a position where you cannot move forward or change your situation. Example, I want to start a business, but I feel stuck because I don't have a plan. 2. Fear of failure, meaning the feeling of being scared to try something new because you are worried you will not succeed. Example, his fear of failure stopped him from applying for the new job. 3. Vague, meaning something that is not clear, specific, or detailed. Example, saying I want to be better is a vague goal. It's better to say I will read 1 page today. 4. Overwhelmed, meaning feeling like you have too much to deal with or that a task is too big to handle. Example, she felt overwhelmed by the long list of grammar rules she had to learn. 5. Procrastinate, meaning to delay or put off doing something that you must do, often until the last minute. Example, I tend to procrastinate on my English homework by watching random videos instead. 6. Momentum, meaning the moving energy that makes it easier to keep going once you have already started. Example, once I finished the first lesson, I had the momentum to finish the whole chapter.
Thanks, Charlotte. That really makes the concepts clearer.
We've talked about the invisible ropes, the foggy road, and why waiting for motivation is a trap. But Mark, we don't want our listeners to just listen. We want them to move.
Exactly, because your progress doesn't end with this audio. It starts when you put your phone down. So here is our micro challenge for today.
We want you to think of one thing you have been postponing. Maybe it's reading a book, practicing your English speaking, or even cleaning that messy desk. Whatever it is, give it just 5 minutes today. Not 30 minutes, not an hour. Just 5. It sounds too small to matter, but it's the only way to break the paralysis of day 0.
And remember, a messy start is better than a perfect 1 day. 1 day often means never. It's okay to be imperfect. It's okay to sound a bit strange when you speak. Done is better than perfect.
We believe in you. Take that 5-minute step, and we'll see you in the next episode of the English for Better Life podcast.
Take care, keep moving, and bye for now.
Bye, everyone.